Greetings, everyone. I hope everyone's having an amazing day. Today is going to just be a quick feng shui tip. We are actually in the last few days of the rooster energies, which is just finishing up at the end of this week. So I just wanted to let you know we're just getting warmed up of all of the things that we're going to be doing over, I would say, the next month or so. And so, hello, my name is Kathleen Horvath Samansky. If you are new to my community, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. And what we're talking about is the yin and yang of business. So, we're going to be using all of your great marketing and business plans that you already have in place, but now we're going to add that secret weapon. And that secret weapon is using the metaphysical side. So that is using person, space, time, and universe. And really, what that means is we're going to be using your birth chart. We're going to use your space to help you achieve your goals, which we're going to focus on today. We're going to use favorable timing to help you trigger your most important activities. And then we're going to really get into that very inside of using your body as the antenna so that we can absolutely start having some things happen for you that you start to manifest in. So we're going to try to cover that each and every week. And then on Fridays, we're going to be doing a Q&A. So first of all, if you can let me know where you are tuning in from today, that would be so helpful for me. So just go ahead and say hello to me down below, where you're coming from and what your name is. And thank you again for watching. So we're going to be talking about some feng shui today, and you're going to need a couple of tools, if you will. So what you're going to need to get started with this is you're going to need to first download, if you would like, this compass dial, and just go to freecompassdial.com. The other thing that you're going to be needing to use is a compass. And so with that, I'm just calibrating my smartphone here, and basically you can get one of these free in every smartphone that you have. You can also use a field compass, and then for those of you who are more professional, this is my this is the tool that I use on site for my jobs, for my entrepreneurial clients as well as my big corporate clients. So this is a real important thing for us to understand. So let me see if I can move off to the side over here. So we're going to stay on this dial just for a little bit, and what I really want you to pay attention to, and I know that this is small, I get it, so that's why you're going to have to download it yourself. And you're going to have to get an accurate floor plan. So that's step number one. You need to have an accurate floor plan to get the most accurate results from your compass reading, right? So you can't, well, I think south is over there, or I think west is kind of over there. Well, kind of is not going to cut it in what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to accomplish accuracy, and we're trying to get you the best results. So you really need to start out with your good toolkit, and that is an accurate floor plan and a compass. And like I said, for your compass, if you haven't used your compass in a while, or maybe it's your first time you're going to be using it, what you're going to want to do, and again, I'm always on the wrong side. I keep saying I would be an awful weather person. So basically, well, let me take off this compass. Maybe that would help. Let me go back to a different while I'm just talking to you right now. Okay, so basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be calibrating your compass. And so basically what you're doing is using the infinity sign to just get the balance of your compass. And then the next thing that you need to do is basically you need to take your compass, put it about waist height, and then what you need to do is just take a line and look at the compass, and that's your reading. So basically how I do it, I stand in the middle of the property, or the middle of the dwelling, and then basically I just face usually the street. Now there's a lot of things that we need to be concerned about when it comes to facing and sitting when we're talking about long-term feng shui. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the annual. And so really you just need to get that north, south, east, west, and the subcardinals, and place that dial onto your floor plan. And we can maybe have maybe one session where we're going to actually do that, maybe doing it on site with a client or something like that, we'll get that film for you. But for right now, you're just going to have to follow my verbal instructions, and then you're going to get some written instructions as well. All right, let's go back over to the compass, and we're going to look at two compass dials. We're going to be looking at the annual Feng Shui dial, and then we're going to look at the flying star. And so there are two different dials that you'll receive from me at no charge. I'm very happy to give them to you. And you're thinking, well, it's so close to the annual energies being switched over from the metal ox to the water tiger. Should I bother? Absolutely. Now, you really don't want to put yourself on hold, right? I've had this question asked to me many, many times. Well, I'm only going to be in this place for about 3 months, or I'm going to be moving in 3 months. Well, it's only going to help you raise the vibrancy of your space so that you can move in the direction that you want to be moving into, instead of just ignoring it and really not playing by the rules of the game. Because in Feng Shui, we actually do have some rules of the game. All right, so let's look at what I would like for you to do. Number one is we've got these green areas, and then we've got some of these red areas. Let me just take a sip of tea here. Excuse me. And so the first thing that you want to know, station break, is that you use the green and avoid the red. Now, there are some innuendos that we really do need to watch out for, such as the 5 yellow or the 3 killings. Now, if you don't know what all of those mean, I'm not going to go into them too much today. Actually, there's other videos that I've really gone into that quite extensively. There was a series that I did called Stimulate Your Business. You might want to look at that playlist. That would give you, especially the feng shui sections, just look at those, because that's going to tell you all of those definitions. I really want us to move forward in information I haven't already produced for you, so we keep the people that are following more attuned to everything that I've already said. So for those of you who are new, just go back and look at some of those videos to help you understand a little bit some of these terminologies, like the 5 yellow or the 3 killings. But what I can tell you is that there's a couple of areas that I'm really liking this year for a number of different reasons, but there are some things that you do have to watch out for. So the tiger area in 2021, but times are changing in a few months, so get the last juice that you can out of the tiger, because it's really, really powerful in 2021. When 2022 comes along, we're going to shift this dial and we're going to have a whole new set of energetics. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But the tiger direction in Northeast 3, and as you can see, the Northeast is divided up into 3 different sections. The ox resides there, the mountain resides there, and the tiger. So I'm just talking about this green area of the tiger. Now, you can be in that area. I just really probably wouldn't want you to do any renovations at this point. You're going to really want to watch that. But there will be some times where there's going to be some good activations. And the closer we get to moving to the tiger, if you've got some renovations that you want to do, hopefully we can find some good times for you to do that, because once we go into the water tiger, you will not be able to do, or it would not be advised to be working on the Northeast sector. So we do have to, again, to stay out of harm's way or challenges or obstacles or the sense of feeling stuck. Be in the good areas and avoid the bad again. But some renovation issues do come up, or building, if those are on your radar, then you have to be concerned about that. And that's where a personal consultation is actually better, because when you're using the times to figure out, is this a good time for me or not, you also have to look at a person's chart. You also have to look at the dwelling itself. What is in these particular areas when you're doing certain types of renovations, but let's move on. All right, now the area that I absolutely, absolutely do not want you to do any renovations at all, or even spend time there if you can avoid it, is the southeast. The southeast is actually quite challenging. So even though the dragon, if you have a dragon in your chart, then you connect with the feng shui dial as well. It does have this moon energy, which is very good for research and all of that. So you do benefit from that, but spatially it's overridden by the 5 yellow and the 3 killings. Now, with that said, there are going to be masters that are going to be telling you, go ahead and activate. You can have some really big gains by doing that. Absolutely true. And it can also, if done improperly, cause a lot of problems. So do take caution in this area. Even going as far as nailing a nail into the wall can create catastrophic problems if you activate it on an inauspicious time. All right, let's go over to the southwest. We have what's called the year breaker, and the year breaker is opposite the Grand Duke, which it's the year of the ox, so it's considered the Grand Duke. Now, again, you can be in both of these areas if you'd like, as far as an office, a bedroom, and things like that. And if you can be in the green areas, it's better than being in the reds because the energy is more vibrant. So this is where I want you to use your common sense. If you can use more of the green, stay in the green. But in these two areas, you can actually physically be there, but no renovations in either one of these areas. Then we're going to go on to the dog. Now, the dog has fortune virtue this year. Yes, it does have a little bit of problems with the ox. I can't say that that is not an untruth, but it does have fortune this year. So understanding how to trigger that and get that activated for you, it would be in Northwest 1 this year. All right, now I'm going to change dials here very quickly. And what I'm going to be doing is going over to the flying star chart. So the flying star chart, and this is another chart that I'm very happy to give you. This is for 2021. Remember, we're still using the 2021 energies. So from an annual perspective, my go-to numbers are going to be the favorable ones. So it's going to be 1, 4, 6, 8, and 9. So we know that, remember from the feng shui dial, we know that the tiger area was very vibrant, and then you add that 9, which is going to be good for visibility. It's going to be good for you making your long-term investments, and it is really helping you. If you use the Northeast, it's going to help you for this period shift that we're coming on to in 2024, which is going into period 9. But we can already tap into it, and I highly recommend it because it will help you get current quicker if you start acting now to get your space ready and prepared for that, and yourself as well. But in the month of September, which started the rooster, and it's finishing up the last few days of the rooster, your best areas to be in is actually the east, the center palace of a room or your larger footprint, and the west. This whole area is absolutely superb. So if you can spend a little bit more time just these last few days, if you want to be a little bit more creative, if you want to have a little bit more power and leadership skills, if you want a little bit more cash flow, I'm telling you, take your little mini-sized computers like your phones or your tablets, your laptops, and spend about 30 minutes to an hour in each of these areas a couple of times this week, so that you can actually absorb that energy. And then that's going to help you when you move on to going into that next phase, which is we're going to be heading into the dog, which is a super, super, super powerful month this year, particularly. And it's going to be about releasing and letting go. And I'm going to be talking about just this very notion of releasing and letting go as we move forward, because we are moving into a very special dynamics that happens really once in a lifetime. It's a 180-year cycle that we're not going to see this vibration return. So this is very, very, very important to pay attention, and that's why I'm starting a little bit earlier with you in my communities to help you get prepared. But the real secret to what I'm trying to tell you is we have to get rid of the old and make amends and forgive and let go and detach. So there's some inner work that we're going to need to do. So that's why I'm going to incorporate some meditation into what we're doing here as well, to really help you the best way that I can to prepare for this upcoming really exciting energy. And I just see it as a way to leap forward into getting back into action, because we've been so locked down and just, that feeling of being blocked for a number of, we're going into like pushing year 2 at this point. So we really want to be able to come out of this as intact as we can, with the most vibrancy we can. And I believe we can do that by really getting into those most vibrant energetic spaces of the annual feng shui and the annual flying star. So that's the purpose of what I'm doing, is trying to help you. And then we're going to be really ready for the water tiger when it comes in. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below, because we'll be answering them as we go along. And I would be so honored if you got value out of the material that I presented to you today. Please give me a thumbs up, comment, and the best thing that you could do is share this content. Please let your friends know about what we're doing here. And we're just, as I said, we're just getting started. And since we're sort of at the end of a month, we'll really get started with this next week. So we're just getting our toolkit ready, and it's a step-by-step. It can be an overwhelming process if you just take all this energy in at once. So what I'm really trying to do is really help the energy drip out to you in a way that they're just in little smaller sound bites. Okay. All right. So tomorrow we are going to talk TimeBlazr. So what I'd like you to think about is, what are some of those goals that you would like to achieve in October? So we're really winding down the year. Have you achieved the goals that you set out for yourself this year? Did you need to pivot? Well, let's figure out how we can get the TimeBlazr helping you to get into that right direction, and the direction that you've set yourself up for, okay? All right, so I'm going to close it up for today. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you around tomorrow for another little bit of metaphysics to help you balance the yin and yang of your business. So we'll see you tomorrow. Many blessings, and may good chi follow. Take care. Bye-bye.